If you are building alone, you already know the taste of loneliness. And solo travel just turn the volume up so loud that you finally hear what your brain is screaming. I am Sullivan, and this is lesson 11 of my series 27 Lessons by 27. I land in Japan alone. There is 1,000 shrines to visit. There is 2,000 food stores to go eat their amazing food, and I have zero plan. So here, anxiety spike. And that's the whole habit that I have is I am not grinding enough. I am failing. And this is just showing me that I have a choice paralysis because I have so much work to do, and at the same time I wanted to travel. But how can I make this work? And work-life balance doesn't really truly exist in a way when you're traveling to different countries. But I found something. I needed to simplify, not to hustle harder, just to simplify, to narrow my focus and to narrow my energy. And this is where the delegation sprints comes in. I listed every task and I kept only the client relationship, which means I was talking with client and managing the project. And at the same time, I hired 2 people just to try. I gave them clear guideline on the project that needs to be worked on, and I only use text, no calls, no, just text. And that was crazy. They did even better job than I was capable of doing, and faster. Also, the communication was very nice. So that was amazing, except for one client that I am coaching. So for all my coaching, I don't delegate anything. It's one-on-one. So here, it's still my time, and this is the way I can get the best results. From 45 hours a week to 12 hours a week, with the same income, if not even more sometimes. That's a win. And so for my project, I have this 4-hour deep work block that I usually try to do. So when I wake up, now I try to not do any sport. I just do some stretching and yoga, and then there is like 8 to 12 4-hour block using Pomodoro technique, which is like 25-minute work, 5-minute rest away from screen, and the phone in airplane mode. The rule is when the timer ends, I close the laptop. I don't if I am in the middle of a task, I just close the laptop and do something else for 5 minutes. And that way, when I am in the afternoon, I am free. I am completely guilt-free, which is sometimes difficult because maybe I'm there is so much stuff to do. There is so much, and there is constantly this stress of doing more, and I just keep scrolling to this day endlessly on TikTok and Instagram. So here, there is something to fix, and I'm working on it. So I will let you updated when I could fix that. But for now, every week has one clear goal. That way I don't burn out myself on creating my content. Monday is scripting and searching inspiration for all my content, whatever is short form, newsletter, YouTube scripts, you name it. And on Tuesday, it's recording and a live stream on YouTube where I can talk with you guys if you're watching, and we can exchange, learn stuff, and I can share my process. It's a bit more raw, and that way I can connect with other people that have the same value and the same mind or same goal. On Wednesday, I edit my content for short form, and I also send for long form to my video editor. On Thursday, I schedule the post. I plan everything, the title and the thumbnail that I create still to this day by myself. On Friday, I update my newsletter called The Essential, where I simplify 1 concept per day and give 5 daily affirmations to help us stay motivated as a daily founder or solopreneur. As I write them once a day, I take this Friday to upload all of them in the scheduled content. That way I know it's always going to be on track. And on the weekend, this is where I organize my week, where I want to go, what I want to do. And I also do coaching on the weekend because this is where most of my current clients are free. And all of that in Japan, sometimes I feel lonely. So how can I beat the loneliness? There is this language barrier, and it's forced me to have micro interaction. It can be with the 7-Eleven cashier, or with a monk in a temple, or somewhere random in the street because I need to find a place that I don't find on Google Maps. And the goal here is learn as I go. So I open Google Translate, then I try to remember the sentence. This is fun. I'm interacting with people sometimes, and that's good. And the only metric that matters to me is having one laugh a day. So in the best, it would be like to have a shared laugh. But sometimes, I don't meet other people to laugh with. So I just talk to myself randomly and just look like the crazy guy at the train station talking to himself and laughing. But that's fine. I'm in peace with that. And that's the best way to keep my sanity. And for the business, I also like to direct message or send an email to a creator or someone that I like their content or the values. So far, I haven't received any reply from anybody, but at least I'm shooting the text out there, and this is what is most important. 1 year ago, there was this temple moment. I was in Uji, and I was doing a solo meditation in the temple. And it was so strong, the energy was so strong, I started like some tears going out of my eyes, and I was thinking of my grandmother and people I love. Then 1 year later, so a few weeks ago, I got there at the same temple again, and I would never do of this. And I was this time with my mom and my sister. And when I arrived, the same place where I meditated was closed. And I asked a monk at the temple, hey, I would like to know, can we open the place so we can meditate? That would be very nice. And he says, yeah, sure. And he just ran through the temple to open it for us. And here it was such a strong core memory from my trip. And it was a memory that is shared. It's not because I am alone and visiting stuff. Of course, it's still magic to be in Japan alone. But being with other people that you love, it makes it, oh la la, it makes it way different, way better. So experience multiply in value when shared. That's what I think. That's what I believe in. And build product you can't wait to share. And as a business translation, if I try to compare this, is like everything I do, every videos, every product, every coaching is meant to share, because this is what I believe in is life to be shared with other people and to grow all together. And I am so grateful. I met people here in Fukuoka, Japan, and they have only 2 weeks off a year, sometimes 3 weeks off, sometimes not week off. And I met that grandpa at the park, and we were talking in the cafe then afterwards. He was talking English to me, and he told me that he could not afford a bullet train ticket and a hotel in Tokyo to see his grandkids. So he only saw his grandkids 2 times. And I was thinking, wow, I am here paying my rent in Switzerland as paying a rent in Fukuoka. I am paying 2 rent at the same time. And I am so lucky. So why I should stay in a hotel or in my apartment working all day? I need to make worth the time I'm here to explore a place, to visit stuff, to force myself to go out there and be tired sometimes and to understand, oh, I'm tired. Okay, I can go to onsen. I can go to a public bath, to hot springs. That's fine too. It's exploring too. Yeah, I'm so lucky. We are so lucky to be able to do that. So every time I reach my phone, instead of, I don't know, I'm hiking and I reach my phone and I open TikTok because it's like a freaking automatic. And I replay his voice saying like, I wish I could go in Tokyo more. I wish I could go. I really want to go back in Europe. I really want to. I'm like, okay, I need to stop scrolling. Sometimes the voice is not replaying in my head, so I'm scrolling for 2 hours. But yeah. And as a key takeaway, I like to remember that when I delegated the work, I could now focus on the 20% of tasks that actually drive 80% of the revenue. The 20% that create a very good video is writing a script, finding an idea, and then the editing. I can send that to an editor and it's gonna do a way better job than I can do, right? Like for this video. Four hour of deep work is way more efficient than 8 hours a day if I am distracted, if I am on my phone, if I never take a break. That's for sure. And 1 pillar a day It kills multitasking, it helps the brains to be free and to keep always myself to be in a productive loop without burning myself. Loneliness is a cue to explore, not to scroll. Still working on that, right? That's, takes time. And sharing the journey, it can be sharing the product, the content, the life. It makes it real. And also, it's so fun to use a camera. This was lesson 11 of 27 lessons by 27.